The new season, Maximum Effort, and the new card Gwenpool is finally here. And this is a very flexible card, being a 4/6 with on reveal, pick a random card in your hand 3 times, give +2 power each time. I'm gonna go over several decks that I think are pretty good with Gwenpool. There are tons of cards that can synergize with this. So Gwenpool just has a ton of synergies, also being 4/6, that's pretty solid stats. And then the on reveal, pick a random card in your hand 3 times, give +2 power each time. This is essentially a 4/12, which is probably the strongest 4-drop. I guess it kind of is. Maybe I'm forgetting one card, but like Cold Obsidian's a 4/10, Mary's 4/10, Bone's 4/10, Atuma 4/10. So Gwen kind of being a 4/12. Of course, it's not all on Gwen. It goes in your hand, which you could take advantage of with several decks and cards. So I do have 4 decks I want to go over, but first I want to talk about synergies maybe. Because Gwenpool's buffing these cards, something like a Deadpool, obviously, is quite good because every time he dies, he doubles. So being able to juice him up with Gwenpool is pretty nice. X23, another card you probably want to destroy and eat over and over. So getting additional power, it's pretty good. Mr. Sinister makes a clone with the same power, so you could buff him up. Basically, if you wanted to run Forge and Sinister, you know, Gwenpool's probably another card that would fit quite well in that deck. Same thing with Brood. Being able to forge Brood or play Gwenpool, buff up the Brood, and then play the Brood is really nice. Sebastian Shaw, when he gets buffed, he gets +2. So if Gwen hits him, he gets a little bit more power. If we can hit the Swarm and then discard the Swarm, the copies will also have that additional power. So if Gwen hits this 3 times and you get multiple Swarms and they cost 0, that's pretty nice. We also have Dakin, because he doubles. Basically, all these cards that double, you know, you destroy the shard, he doubles. If you buff him up, really nice. Speaking of doubling, we also have BP here. So BP, really big. He gets double the value, essentially. Nimrod, another card, because it's going to make a copy. So basically, you're probably seeing a theme here. Anything that copies or doubles will be really nice with Gwenpool, because you get even more power out of Gwenpool's effect. Iron Man, another card that just double. It's doubling, so instead of getting +2 or +6, you got +4, or you get +12 or whatever. Jumping in some decks here, I want to go over Destroyer Pool first because it is maximum effort theme. We got Deadpool, which is a great target for your Gwenpool. And Deadpool destroy decks are actually quite tight right now. Normally this list would run Arnim Zola over the Gwen, but we're trying Gwen because she's Gwenpool that we want to hit the Deadpool. So if Deadpool destroys, goes back in your hand, you hit it with Gwen, that's quite nice. On turn 5, you could play Deadpool again and destroy him, and he comes back and he will double his power. You're also happy with hitting your X23 here, or your Hulkbuster, or your Wolverine, or really just anything. Gwenpool at her core is a 4/12. So yeah, the Destroy Pool deck seems pretty cool, and you do get synergy between Deadpool and Gwenpool. So that is pretty fun. Might not be better than the Arnim Zola build, but if you're missing any cards, maybe if you don't have Null, you can run Arnim Zola and Gwen instead. All right, next up we got Surf Pool. I thought this was a really good choice for Gwen because there's multiple cards we do want to hit between Brood, Dakin, as well as Makari and Sebastian Shaw, because Sebastian Shaw goes straight to an 8 and you can buff him further with the Silver Surfer. If Gwen hits your Brood, you just get massive power on the board. And then we also have Makari, who, you know, maybe will get buffed quite nicely, and then you don't even have to actually play Makari. Makari just jumps out of your hand, which is pretty nice. If you don't have Makari, you could probably just put any other 3-drop and you'll be happy. Maybe even like a Cosmo or something like that. You could also play Hope on 3, Gwenpool on 4, 2 3-drops on turn 5, and then on 6 you can do 2 3-drops again. You could do a Gwen followed up with an Absorbing Man, but I think generally your Absorbing Man you do want to copy Silver Surfer, or maybe your Brood, or you could even dock in Absorbing Man, and then you'll have 2 Muramasa shards. You could play both of those in a Killmonger and just get massive lanes like that. That's another line you can do. And while you're killing those shards, maybe you also kill your Nova. Pretty good. Fun deck. I think this one's very solid. I'm not sure she actually makes Surfer better, but it does seem like it's worth trying out, worth testing. We got Squatch Pool in here. I thought, you know, you really are happy with hitting your Mysterio, because then you get a 2/6 and two 2/2s as well. And that's just if you get 1 +2 power on your Mysterio. You could end up getting +6 on your Mysterio, and then it'd be a 2/10, a 2/6, and a 2/6, all for just 2 energy. Like, that's really, really good. Other things you're happy to hit with Gwenpool, really just anything. Your Iron Man, it'll get double value, obviously, but really kind of just hitting anything you're happy with. And because we are running Mysterio and Gwenpool, I thought, why not get Mockingbird out there? Your Mysterio is going to count as a 3 discount to your Mockingbird, and then also you can get your Sasquatch out for quite a nice discount. You may be Gwen on 4, and then on 5 you can go like Mysterio Nocturne, Mysterio Sage, Mysterio Morph, and then get your Sasquatch out that following turn for a huge discount. And then Ravona is key here, discounting almost all of your deck, it feels like. Mostly just your Athena, your Morph, your Sage, and your Iron Man. Unless, of course, you do hit him with Gwen. So there's that slight bit of anti-synergy. But I feel like, in my experience when I was playing Gwen, it didn't always hit these cards. You know, it would often hit like 3 times on 1 card. I guess just don't hit your Morph. Morph has actually been ruining my life lately. Maybe you don't want Morph. You could put something else. Maybe like a Juggernaut over Morph. Another good deck for Gwenpool would be this Discard Pool deck. There are a couple main targets you do want to hit with Gwen. That's Swarm, because being able to constantly discard this over and over and have it huge and cost 0 is fantastic. Also hitting your Proxima is pretty nice, because you can discard your Proxima and you're basically just getting those stats on the board for free. Also hitting your APOC just so he gets larger and larger is pretty good. And hitting Dracula. Dracula got changed, I guess, quite a while ago, but now Dracula does keep his power. So using Gwen, hitting Dracula, you're happy to keep those stats. Whereas in the past, Dracula replaced his power, but that doesn't matter, I guess. But yeah, all in all, Gwenpool seeming like a solid card that can fit into a lot of different decks, which is nice. I love having a flexible card. At her core, could be a 4/12, if not more, because you can use all these doubling or copying effects if you, you know, build around that. But also just seems like a good card that can go in almost any deck at all. Like you're playing a high Evo deck or something, a Zoo deck, why not just throw Gwenpool in there? It seems solid. I feel like you'll be happy. Potential of this card does seem quite high, so I'm excited to see how the meta shapes up and develops. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and stay hydrated.